Welcome back to another video, guys. This is Raden, your friendly neighborhood direct response copywriter, again with a video about how to make the sale. So if you have ran ads before, if you have a lot of leads in your email list, a lot of subscribers, but you feel like there's not enough buyers coming in and you are spending a lot of money on ads, at least $1,000 a month on paid traffic, and you want to get the most out of your leads, then this is the right video for you, because today we're going to be talking about how to make the sale with BOFU content, meaning bottom of funnel. Now, a quick rundown on top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel content. This is basically what marketers use to describe the customer journey from not knowing what the problem is to knowing what the problem is and knowing the solutions, and to picking the solutions and in the end buying either your solution or your competitor's solutions. So bottom of funnel content is really important. It's going to determine whether or not you're going to get the sale or they're going to go to your competitors or other solutions that are out there. And bottom of funnel is classified as people who have acknowledged the problem, the solutions exist, the problem exists, and now they're choosing the solution. And what you're doing with your bottom of funnel content, first off, I want to give some examples. Marketers usually classify newsletters as actually middle of funnel content. And newsletters mostly educate people on different solutions. But in my opinion, it is really a blend between bottom of funnel and middle of funnel, because not only are you educating them about the possible solution, but you're also nudging them to your solution. So I think it's a better classification to put newsletters as bottom of funnel content. Other types of bottom of funnel content is your sales page, your video sales letters. So what are you doing in the bottom of funnel content? You're reducing their doubts and you're increasing their beliefs on your product, service, offer. So the first type of bottom of funnel content you want to do is comparisons. I'm not arranging this in any order of priority. Any of these can actually nudge a sale in your funnel. So let's say you're writing a sales page. You want to give them the reason why you are better than your competitors. So what is your unique selling point? What is the experience they'll be missing out on if they go with your competitor? What is the added benefit that you have that your competitor doesn't have? And what is the specific goal that you can help them achieve that your competitor doesn't even think of? So there's goals, there's experience, and added benefit that you can talk about comparing your product to your competitor's product. Next type of content is handling objections. So people who are deciding, they are going to pick your offer into pieces and see what is falling short so that they have the most informed decision to make the purchase. They want to feel that they have their money's worth, so they're going to object. And you have seen or heard about these objections in your sales calls, when you're selling one-to-one, when you have frequently asked questions in your website's forums or from previous customers. And what you want to do is you want to collate every single objection, or as much as possible, every objection that you have ever encountered in your time of selling your current offer, and you want to list them out and answer them one by one so that anybody who comes across your offer can have those objections answered. Before they even think about that objection, you have already answered it. Before their doubt comes up about your offer, you are already chiseling down their doubts and uncertainties about your offer. Third one is the chain of logic, how exactly your offer is going to work for them, starting with your offer and ending with the final result that they desire. So a chain of logic is going to break down the ambiguity. When people see your offer for the first time ever, they're going to think, how is this thing going to get me to X? You have to connect the dots for them in order for them to make sense that your offer can help them in the first place. So this is kind of like giving them the experience of your offer before they even purchase it. So you are describing the life before your offer, you're describing the life after your offer, and you're also describing their life while they're experiencing your offer. So how does it affect their day-to-day life? What will they be more confident in after applying your offer? And this is also very useful for intangible products or services, right? Let's say you are a coach of some kind, a life coach, a business coach, a speech therapy coach, public speaking coach, etc., you want to break down milestones or even signals that they are improving. The more specific you get, the more they are able to reduce their doubts about your offer, and you're reducing the ambiguity as much as possible. So instead of having a really fluffy view of what your offer entails, they can have a really clear, high definition picture of what they can expect before they even buy your offer. High definition instead of a blurry image. So those are the points to reduce your audience's doubts about your offer. Comparisons, highlight your unique selling points, handle objections up front, answer their questions and your previous customers' objections before they even have the chance to pick your offer apart so that they have an informed decision in the end, and present a chain of logic so that they can make sense of how your offer can bring them to their desired outcome. Have a really clear image of your offer and how they can experience it, especially during. Best case scenario is if you can help them experience your offer before they even buy it. And then there's the increasing belief points. So the first one, you want to change their mindset. So in your bottom of funnel content, there is a lot of mindset shifts that they have to make in order to believe that your offer can get them to where they want to go. Sometimes they're clouded with the general public's myths and uncertainties about the situation, and what you are doing is you're breaking the limiting beliefs, you're breaking and you're busting the myths that they are believing right now, anything that is holding them back from believing that this is possible to achieve. And a good template for this type of content, changing mindset content, is most people think blank when in reality this is how blank works because blank. Second point is you want to present social proof. So you want them to know that other people who are in the similar situation that they are in, they have applied your offer in their lives and they have gotten results from it. So you are nudging the possibility, you are increasing their belief that this is possible with your offer. This is giving testimonials, you're sharing interviews, giving anecdotes and stories about your previous clients and customers. As much as possible, if you can narrow down a very, very specific client avatar that you are looking for so that you can increase the chances of them believing that your offer is right for them, that is a huge plus to increase their belief about your offer. Finally, the last point is to be really specific about the problem. A lot of business owners, when they're just starting out selling, they're running ads, they are not specific enough when it comes to letting people identify with the problem they help solve. So this is more of identification. So they are asking, is this for me? Now it's your job to answer it, and the way you answer it as efficiently and as accurately as possible. You want to craft sentences like, if you're tired of X. And what is X? Their specific problem that they're truly frustrated at. And the more they're frustrated, the more they want to get rid of this, faster that they can increase their belief onto your offer because you are being really, really specific. On a daily basis, you are struggling with X and you're tired and you're describing their feelings, especially if you can describe the problem the way they describe it in their own words. That is a huge, huge bonus. It's a huge identifier and they're going to say, oh, this offer is exactly for me, and that's what you want to aim for. So this is to round up the bottom of funnel content. Remember, you have to remember that Boful content is people who have acknowledged the problem. They've acknowledged there are solutions out there to help that problem. They're only now choosing the solution, and you want them to choose your offer above anything else out there. And they need to check these 6 boxes in order to decide. And I've broken down all of these boxes that they need to check. How is your offer unique to other people? So you need to know that you're going to save them from possible pitfalls, especially for intangible products like coaching, like courses, a skill that you need to learn, etc. You want to reduce their doubts by helping them make sense of your offer and how you connect the dots between your offer and their desired outcome. You want to increase their beliefs. You want to know whether or not your offer can actually give them a new and improved way of solving their problem. You want to change their mindset. Are there other people that have experienced success with your offer? And is this offer rightfully for me? Or is this a solution that is problem adjacent to mine but not exactly mine? So all of these 6 they have to check before they make an informed decision, especially if it's high ticket. These 6 not only applies to low ticket items, they also apply especially when it's a huge commitment of months, expensive products, expensive programs. These 6 checkboxes, they're definitely going to look at. So I hope this helps you in your journey of creating bottom of funnel content. And I hope this actually helps you make the sale instead of just fooling around in the newsletter and not knowing what you want to talk about. The end goal is always to make the sale. If you're in the business of making funnels and your goal is not to make money, then what are you doing, right? In the end goal, at least the majority of business owners, we want to make the sale. So you cannot stop fooling around with newsletters, sales pages, and VSLs, not knowing what you want to put inside and what the contents are. So as much as possible, you want to help them check these checkboxes so that they can make an informed decision, especially if it's a high commitment or high ticket product. So thank you so much for watching. I've been Raden, your friendly neighborhood direct response copywriter. If you want to produce some bottom of funnel content, but you don't know where to start, in the description box below, I have a Google Doc, a 20-day content calendar for a daily email campaign. Not only inside are there bottom of funnel content that is going to help you make a lot of sales, but I've also done majority of the work for you. I've done the heavy lifting. 80% of the work is filled out for you. All you need to do is fill up the specific details pertaining to your industry and your offer and your testimonials, etc., etc. So it's pretty much just a fill in the blank. It's a plug and play, and you can schedule those emails to be sent on a daily basis. So check out the description. There's a doc link that will take you there to the 20-day content calendar for newsletters. It's full of bottom of funnel content you can use immediately to make sales. So I hope that helps. I'll talk to you soon.